And for more on this, let's bring in State Representative Mitch Little from Texas. He's a Republican representing Texas's 65th district and supports these redistricting efforts. Representative, thank you so much for coming on. I want to ask you about timing here, because redistricting a state in the middle of a decade is rare, and it's brought this special session to a halt. So why do this now?
It's important for the people of Texas that we go ahead and do this now, because our political performance in Texas needs to reflect the reality of what's going on in South Texas. Certainly, if you look at what's happened in the last election, these are three districts that we're trying to redraw in South Texas that have flipped for Trump. They're Hispanic majority, and it's primarily as a result of Biden's failed border policies that we're seeing a massive shift in the political composition of South Texas. You look at North Texas, what's going on. We're trying to redraw Congressional District 32, and that's currently helmed by a Democrat, Julie Johnson. Under our proposed map, I have a pretty good guess that we're going to end up with a Black conservative Republican representing Congressional District 32.
California Republican Kevin Kiley says he doesn't think partisan redistricting is good in any state. New York Republican Mike Lawler says what you're doing is wrong and, quote, destructive to the country. He also introduced a bill to ban gerrymandering nationwide. What do you say to fellow Republicans like Kiley and Lawler who say this is wrong and going to have serious consequences?
I don't spend any time thinking about, Diane, what happens in California or Illinois or New York. We're going to do what's best for Texas. I find it laughable that someone from Illinois or New York would say that gerrymandering is bad. These are two of the most gerrymandered states. They outperform, or actually, for their congressional representation, as far as the Democrat Party in Illinois and New York, it vastly outstrips their political performance. I think Illinois went for Kamala something like 52-48, something along those lines, but it's almost all Democrat representation in Congress in Illinois. So Texas is going to do what's necessary for Texas to stay on board and make sure that our political performance reflects the reality in Congress.
So would you support neutral, independently drawn districts nationwide?
You know what? That's not the law that we have now. We have to deal with the law that we have in front of us, and we have the time and the opportunity and the advantage to redraw these districts in Texas. And we're very much looking forward to our Democrat colleagues coming home. They're a good chunk of them are about an hour and a half west of Chicago in the Q Center, and whoever wants to go and get them, we fully support that effort.
Democratic U.S. Senator Elissa Slotkin of Michigan is urging Democrats to, in her words, go nuclear in response to what you're doing in Texas. California and Illinois have already indicated that they'll redistrict to benefit Democrats if Texas does this. Are you concerned at all about the possibility of kind of a national gerrymandering war, a domino effect here?
No, certainly not. I expect to hear this from the supposed party of norms, where they wanted to pack the Supreme Court. They wanted to end the Electoral College. They wanted to keep Trump off the ballot. Of course, they want to go nuclear with their redistricting effort. All I can say is, as far as Texas is concerned, we're going to do what we want to do.
Now, this special legislative session was originally meant to address the deadly July 4th flooding. Democrats say you are forcing those victims to wait by prioritizing redistricting. How do you justify that?
We had a hearing yesterday on Kerrville and the floods without the Democrats present. The only Democrat present was my colleague, Joe Moody, and he was on the dais for the committee hearing. We are very committed as a state to ensuring that what happened in Kerrville does not happen again. The problem is we can't pass any bills without our Democrat colleagues present with us. We would very much like to do that. We have a good grasp on the problem. We've had hearings since the beginning of the special session. We expect those hearings to continue to get to the bottom of it. And just as soon as our friends come back, we will be able to pass those bills.
So what do you say to people waiting for relief right now? Why not get that part done, work on the flood relief first, and then deal with the redistricting?
They need to talk to my Democrat colleagues about why we can't do that right now. We had our hearings. We will continue to have hearings, and it is top of mind for the state legislature, for the governor, lieutenant governor, the attorney general, to make sure that flood relief is provided and that we change the laws to make sure nothing like this happens again. But we have to have a quorum to do so.
All right, Texas State Representative Mitch Little, we appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. Appreciate you.